Hey guys, so today I'm going to film a video that you guys have been asking for a long time. It's just going to be a quick little breakdown of my E92 M3 and how it's been set up for pretty much almost 2 years now, with track days, street drifting, all that stuff. So it's going to be pretty quick. Just going to go over just a little overview of the car and what I've done to it. Alright, so I'm going to start off on the interior. It's pretty simple, pretty basic still, nothing too crazy. A lot of people have questions about my handbrake setup though. I removed the factory handbrake and put the Chase Bays Hydro in place of it. So there's usually like a little compartment right there. It just pops out. You don't have to cut anything. You just pop it out of the center console. And it gives me access to the reservoir. So it's dual caliper, so you put brake fluid there and bleed it right there and everything. So it gives me access to that just in case I need to bleed the brakes at the track. I can quickly fill it back up with a funnel and I can see what's going on, if there's any leaks, anything like that. And then I welded the base plate right here where the factory handbrake was, just a couple tacks. So I could remove it if I wanted to and put the factory handbrake back, but it allows me to use the boot still. Yeah, it looks really clean. Positioning to me is perfect. Yeah, then moving on to the shifter. So this is a RTD shifter. This is their shorter version. They have a taller version. I thought that was a little too tall. So this is their shorter version. It's been awesome. I've been running it almost since I got the car. And yeah, lubricated it once. It's self-centering, spring-loaded. And it completely changes the shifting of a BMW. So I highly recommend getting one of those. Yeah, then moving on to the steering wheel. Steering wheel setup is a hold fast wheel. I've been running hold fast wheels for years now. This one's a little worn, but I mean, this is years of use and street driving and everything like that. So it gets a little worn. And then just an NRG hub. But I don't run a quick release, so the NRG hub doesn't sit completely centered with the steering shaft, so it's off by like a tooth. So when I align the car, I align it with the steering wheel a little crooked, which kind of bugs me. But there's no hub out right now for the E92 that is completely centered, so you have to align it a little crooked. But that's been my steering setup since I got the car pretty much. I'll show you the back. I mean, there's not much to see. I just removed some. You can see the hydro line right here. So I'll actually show you where it goes. So if you lift this up, there's a little grommet right there in the chassis. And that's where the line is fed through. So, I mean, you can make it cleaner. If you pull this rear carpet up, you can tuck this line underneath it. And then you'll probably never see the line, but I didn't think that was really necessary. The seats, a couple trim pieces, some of the sound deadening I removed, just to save a little weight. Left the door panels in, the rear panels, everything. So yeah, that's about it for the interior. So moving on to the front suspension. So on the front, we have the CNC 71 angle kit. The kit is fairly new. Kind of working the bugs out on it. I'm not sure if I'll keep running it. To be honest with you guys, I might just go to WiseFab because it works. You bolt it on, you make your adjustments and go. This one, I believe the knuckle needs to be changed. I think the knuckle is a huge issue on angle kits with the E92 chassis or E90. The knuckle needs to be changed, and this is a factory knuckle still, and I think it's causing issues at big angle. Maybe you have rack stops or something. Then this kit works really good. Lots of track days on it. Never broke anything. I just replace inner tie rods because they get worn, and do alignments, and that's about it. And then I have BC coilovers, DS's, front and back. Nothing crazy custom. I just changed the spring rates on the front to 14K springs to stiffen the front up because there's no sway bar with the angle kits. You have to make your own sway bar setup. So I stiffened the front springs to 14K Also, when I got the car, I changed all the brake lines to braided lines. It holds brake pressure better and handles the heat better. Also less prone to damage at the track. This is the CNC 71 top hat to the coilover. You can adjust caster here and camber and kind of get that caster correction on the coilover and bring it forward, and also fix the camber a little bit. Wheel setup is a 18 by 8.5 in the front plus 30 with a 12 mil spacer with a 225/40 tire. It's a pretty small tire. I would like to run a bigger tire, but it just rubs too much. With the stock fenders, you can't you can't push the wheels out very far. For the back, I run a 18 by 10.5 plus 25 with a 10 mil spacer. I can't show you guys the fitment right now because the rear end is out of the car, and I run a 265 35 tire in the back. So moving on to the rear end, it's kind of convenient that the rear end is out of the car because I can show you guys what I've been running. So for the rear arms, a company called Proper Fabworks. They're newly released, but they're really good. They're all aluminum, super light, and gives you the necessary adjustment needed to fix the rear alignment on the car when drifting, because you need to get rid of the camber and also keep your toe in spec. For the hydraulic handbrake setup, a lot of people ask what I run. This is a Seems Legit Garage rear bracket. You can see it right there, the gold bracket. Really nice. I put it on and haven't had any problems. It just works. And then a Willwood rear caliper to go with it. This is a stock diff, stock LSD. I just changed the fluid in it and that's it. I didn't weld it. I didn't change the LSD. It's been stock this whole time. So don't worry about messing with the rear diff. If you are gonna drift one of these cars, don't overthink it. Just run the stock diff. It does fine. I mean, for pretty much everything. And I have the rear end out because I'm changing all the bushings right now. So far, I got the Diff Bushings done. These are AKG 75 polys, so they're pretty much solid. And then I'm getting Condor Speed Shop subframe bushings. They're coming soon. Here's the BC DS's with poly bushings up here. So moving on to engine stuff. It's nothing too serious, just intake, AFE intake, Montanel pulley kit, primary cat delete, and then rear muffler delete. And that's it engine wise. I did do the rod bearings when I got it. And that's it. You just do oil changes. It has a BPM tune on it, just like off the shelf. It's not dyno tuned. For me, I mean, it has plenty of power to do whatever you want to do. It keeps up with a lot of high horsepower cars. And then I get a lot of questions about power steering. So my power steering setup is a stock pump, stock cooler, nothing special. And then I went with the Beamer World reservoir. It's baffled and it holds way more fluid. You can see how big the reservoir is. So once I put this reservoir on, I've had no issues. So that's it engine wise, nothing crazy, no supercharger. I just put the heat tape just because I thought it kind of looked cool. For the engine mounts, I run poly engine mounts and transmission mounts to stiffen the whole drivetrain to get rid of that slop. Styling wise, I haven't done much. I just did the GT4 front lip and some toe straps for the track to pass tech. I tinted the front headlights more for protection than looks, and then just got some side splitters right here, just off eBay. And then in the back it has the factory carbon trunk lip, and then I got this carbon roof spoiler because I love roof spoilers. And that's about it styling wise. I mean, it's pretty simple so far. I do plan on doing more to it, but I've been focused more on suspension and drivability. All right, so that's pretty much an overview, little breakdown of the E92 and how I've been drifting it. Pretty simple. These cars are really capable. Hopefully this answers a lot of questions that you guys have about the car. Just kind of wanted to show that it's a really simple setup. All the videos I have on my page, the car was set up just like this, you know, all the parts that you just saw. Continue to update you guys with the build. Drop a comment. I read all the comments. I try to reply to all of them. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next video.